And
Our mission, Helping Parents Heal, is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting bereaved parents to become shining light parents by providing support and resources to aid in the healing process. We go a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and evidence for the afterlife in a non-dogmatic way. Affiliate groups welcome everyone, regardless of religious or non-religious background. Attendance today at this meeting is voluntary, and we are here for the benefit of learning from and sharing with other parents whose child has passed away. It is understood that our discussions are intended to be confidential and not designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. However, these Zoom meetings are helpful to parents all around the world, and they are posted on YouTube so that affiliate members who are not able to attend this meeting live can also watch. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers to allow parents to be informed about many possible ways to heal, to connect with their children, and to learn about the afterlife. The views expressed by our guests do not necessarily reflect those of Helping Parents Heal, and we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally. Welcome, everyone.
thank you, Irene. And I am thrilled to have Alaine here. She's a gifted evidential medium, compassionate spiritual teacher, experienced meditation coach, and accomplished author. Through her exceptional skills as a medium, she makes a difference in lives of people across the globe through communication with the departed. Through transformative spiritual experiences, she empowers all of us to develop our own intuition and connection to our loved ones. And I just wanted to say that she's been certified by Mark Ireland as well. And we are thrilled to have her here with us this evening. Please join me in welcoming Alaine Portner.
So honored to be here, right? I come with my own little light above my head, lightning, right? Because we have this form thinking, oh, I think this is perfect until the power goes out. Well, you have the power, I have the power, and so here we are, right? So truly honored to be here tonight with you. A couple things. We have a lot to do. I don't know if you realize that, but there's a lot to accomplish tonight because the way that I operate is that I invite you in to have an experience so that you have some transformation, even if it's creating more peace in your life, because there's going to be a few moments that were dedicated to meditation. I actually already talk quickly. I would like to get to many of you this evening. We're going to do a mindfulness technique, and I have a few stories to share. The very first story that I need to share with you is that my book, which is Medium Memoirs, which is on Amazon, which is not really a plug, it's fascinating to me because, not the book, but the process, because I wrote that book through a channeled child spirit that I never met. And the reason why that happened is because in finding out that I was a medium and sharing that, and I will tell you how the origins began, is that I never thought that I could be with those or serve those who have lost children. And so I did that eventually, and it made such a difference to those people that I understood that I was providing a service to them and that they were transformed in some way that allowed them to live life in a better way. That child became my ghostwriter for the book. And I just wanted to share that with you because nobody was more surprised than myself. The other little mini story is that when I first contacted Elizabeth regarding the possibilities of working with your group and providing readings for those of you, and also being certified, which I was so grateful for that process, is that I said something to her that I thought was truly profound. I came to find out that it really isn't as profound as I thought it was. And what that was that I said, you know, of all the people, I probably have completed over 13,000 readings over a period of maybe about 10 years being a medium, that I see something different in the transformation of the parents who have lost children. And if they progress and stay with life with their hearts wide open, to me, I can always see that in the texture of their skin. And I said, I know immediately because it's lighter, it's clearer. And I said, I don't know how to really describe it, but I can actually see their light coming through their skin. I said, have you ever seen that or known that? She said, Alaine, we call our groups of people the shining light. And I had never, ever known that. And I thought, well, that's pretty amazing. Yes. And so now to be amongst all of these shiny faces, you have to know that I'm lit up because of it. I lost my earbud. Give me 1 second. First time using them. So we'll see if they're manageable or not. So let's go back to the humble beginnings, because again, like I said, this evening is about you and empowering you to hear things that not only through me as a medium, but actually hear your story and other people's story, maybe a multitasking message. And we're going to get quiet enough because we're going to meditate with each other so that you can hear something yourself. Because I really believe that I'm no different than you. Actually, I feel like you have higher frequencies because of your conditions, situations, and life experience. So I'm a firm believer of you more than you need to be a believer of me, quite honestly. So the reason, the way that this all came about, which is really important to take in, is that it wasn't through like a near-death experience or a knock on the head or anything like that. I maintain that all of us have strong intuition. And so what I knew was mine as a young child, when I would talk to trees, I actually heard them talk back to me. And that was what was really different. And so I thought everybody else had the same experience. Fast forward, it was a conversation that I was always having in my head with nature. I will also tell you, you are too. We're no different. You're talking to somebody, something, someone, and now your loved ones and God and whoever it is that you believe in. So this is something that I thought was completely normal. And now we all know that it is, right? Because you're amongst all these beautiful, shiny faces of people who know that life is not just seeing it with your eyes open. It's feeling it on the deep interior core of who you are in your own biological chemistry to know that you are more soulful than humanity gives you credit for, right? We've all heard the adage that you are a human having spiritual experiences, but you're also more spiritual and having occasional human experiences. I'm sure you heard that many times before, but hopefully we're all living that. So fast forward, what happened to me is that I was always involved in the yoga world. I was in corporate world. I dropped out to the yoga world because I wanted to serve my community. And I knew that people could find peace within their physical realm by working and breathing and meditating. That's what happened. Thousands upon thousands of people came to my yoga centers. And so what happened is that on a day that we were opening up another yoga center, I had a dream, a catastrophic dream that I will forever remember. The dream was on 9/9. The dream was about 9/11. And when it was a time when I thought I was going to be dreaming about the new yoga, the permits that were needed, and being preoccupied with those types of details, I had this horrific dream. I didn't know where it came from, and I was pretty freaked out. So I told a friend the next morning, and if you know, like you do, right, that your friends were the only ones that will really listen to your dreams. And what's boring to them is not to you, but sometimes we keep our dreams to ourselves. But this one shook me so badly, I didn't know what to do with it. Well, that was on 9/9. When I saw everything, just like you did, what happened on 9/11, I was even more shaken up to say, why did that happen? I felt like a freak. I didn't want that dream. But what I really do know is that with spirits, they always answer questions that we have on our mind. In the corporate world, I was learning a lot about people through dreams, knowing about their lives. And I actually thought it was none of my business. And it wasn't because I was nosy. It was because I wanted to actually see if I was right. And I always was. So then what happened is, after having this catastrophic dream, is what I will call it, we all found out what happened, right? 9/11 happened. I had seen the plane going through two towers. I lived in New Jersey. New York was closed, didn't know what to do. Everybody wanted to pitch in and help. Everybody became patriotic. So then what I did when the yoga center opened up immediately, I began to have meditation circles. I said to Spirit, look, it's not something I want to get involved in. Forensic psychic sense. It's not me. I don't want this violence in my life. I continued to get dreams about Osama bin Laden. I thought, I'm not interested in this. I don't want to have these forewarnings. Okay. I said to Spirit, how can I serve? It is in the meditation circles that I started in order to send healing energy to who lost loved ones in 9/11 and in Pennsylvania. I started to see families around those who were sitting in the circles of patients. Oh my God, maybe this is it. So then I started to articulate and describe what I was seeing. And when I said to a woman who was in the circle, who is around you that's in a blue leisure suit? And she said to me, that's my dad. Why are you talking about that? And I said, I really don't know, but he's right behind you. He's standing behind you. Maybe in meditation, you connected to him. Is that what's happening? She says, I don't know. And she just started crying. I said, how do you know that it's him? And she said, well, we buried him in a blue leisure suit. Some of you might not even know what a leisure suit is. It was kind of like, I guess, in the 70s. And she said, we buried him in that. And he wore it to every occasion. So we thought it was most appropriate that he wear it in his own funeral. And so he did. And I said, but wait a second, he's waving this white flag. What is this little white handkerchief or something? And then she started to cry even more and collapsed in front of me and said, that's exactly what I put in his coffin in the last moment. That was mine. I said, but wait a second, he wants to tell you something. And then he began to tell her the story that he knew that she was going to visit his daughter, her sister in California. And so it went on and on and on. And I went to each describe who was surrounding that. I thought it was incredible. We all fell apart. And I thought, okay, this is telling me how to serve, because I was bringing families back together again at a time when families are pulled apart. And so that's kind of how it began. But the channeling and the information has come from meditation. This is why I teach it. This is why we're going to do it tonight. But I want you to understand that those frequencies and those vibrations are available to all of us. There's no elitism in it. You just have to quiet the monkey mind down enough, which is why I want to do my first exercise with you. I'd like us all to sit up tall in our seats. So in this first exercise, I'm going to ring the ting shuk. And in that moment, I would like you to count your thoughts. Perhaps you've never done this before, or you have, and you'll get a different number. High numbers are not better, lower numbers are not worse. That's not the point of this at all. So as we sit up tall in our seat, shoulders come down, chest lifts, heart opens wide, I'd like you to count your thoughts. You can close your eyes if you like. Begin. So, just a show of one thumb. Was that fun? Was that not fun? Was it great? Was that different? Well, cool. It's going to take me a while to get to a couple other people. Good? Yes? Yay? Nay? Okay. Now, by show of hands, just because you're muted for this segment, how many thoughts have you had? Nice. Nice. So I also one thought wasn't, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Can I do it? Can I do it? Okay, the whole point, and this is really important part, right? I think my ears are too little for these earbuds, but we'll try. How do you like the lightning? Is that cool or what, right? It's really cool. It's not a screen, it's real. Okay, the thing is what's super important about the exercise that we just did is that in meditation, you want to pull away from the monkey mind, the one that has continuous thought, right? And so when you are the detached observer to your thoughts, I don't know if that's new language for you, you are able to, and I'm going to use this word, control them better, right? Manage them better, because you want to have those thoughts that allow you to surrender, to let go, because there's so much abundance of spiritual nature around you that sometimes we dislocate ourselves until we're in nature and find it there. But my point is that you can create that nature even if you're in walls. Okay? So we'll try and do that now for a few moments of meditation. Again, congratulations on doing that mindful exercise. You can do it anytime. You can do these meditations. Actually, I just recorded them. They are on my website if you're interested. This is an abbreviated version, but this will all put us into a place, perhaps, of understanding. There's one more point I want to make. I've been fascinated by this language that I call sign language and love language. And if anybody ever asks the question, why are so many people getting involved in spiritual nature now and hearing and seeing signs? And there's a great book out now about signs and things like that. And I say to you, we're all developing this language of love, because it can't be anything different than that. This is a universal love language. And because you might speak a different language, meaning that your signs might be different, but they're the ones that your loved ones are giving to you, you can't back away from it. This is you. This is it. It's just like a dream, right? Nobody can interpret that dream better than you can. So hopefully a lot of these tools will give you non-biases so you can clear your channels, your own channels of information, so you can make connections as often as you like. One very important reminder that if you are the kind of person that says, I never get a sign, I don't get signs, you will not. So it's almost like fake it till you make it, which is, I hear you, I can see you, I'm hearing signs. We have to move away from the earthly terms of that. We'll talk about that before we come into the messages that I'd like to offer to you, because we're not as literal as the messages. The messages are very universal, they're wide, they're open, they're not generic. I will be specific and evidential for you. And I'll tell you what you had for lunch today if you need me to. All right. Are we good for meditation? In a good place? Okay, I'd like you to take your time here. We're going to relax for a few moments and come into a beautiful place of stillness. Let's begin. As you sit tall in your seat, if some of you want to lie down and take a 5-10 minute meditation lying down, preparing the body for the peak. Make sure that the shoulders come down from the ears, the chest lifts, the heart opens wide, and the face is soft. The eyes are closed, and we begin to take conscious inhales and exhales, in through the nose and out through the nose, inhaling and exhaling. You may find in this stillness that you begin to breathe a little bit deeper. Allow yourself to experience a softer self, a softer version of you. The heart opens wide. For you are a universal vibration. You are a vibrational being living in this world of what you can see and feel with your eyes open. And you know that you're always invited into the metaphysical world, where synchronicity, guidance, and unconditional love can be experienced. As you inhale and exhale, find the streams of consciousness This flow of life, love, balance, connection runs through your physical body from head to toe. This is an awareness from which you were born and you can return to anytime. It's where your loved ones exist. This is a guided path that is our destination now, or whatever level you can experience it today. Surrender to the opening. Complete comfort, complete relaxation as you inhale and exhale. We're going to take a few minutes to meet your loved ones or a spirit guide on this journey that only you can experience. The back is long. You're stretching from your head to toe. Gently relax your arms at your side and be loose around your body cavity. Your face relaxes. You've now arranged yourself for utter comfort. Feel your whole body being supported by earth. Feel your body against the chair, the bed, the couch that you are on. Take a moment to make that connection. Become aware of the energy around you. And begin to realize how the earth is supporting you in this moment, here and now. We'll be taking 10 long, deep breaths together, in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhaling and exhaling. Allowing yourself to breathe deeply. I'll count, you breathe. You can feel yourself becoming more and more relaxed. Going deeper still and letting emotional layers fall alongside your body. Stay open to what you may find or feel or sense and know. Relaxing and relaxing as you inhale and exhale. And in this heart opener, take a moment to make the connection to your loved one, to someone on the other side that's coming to you because you remember a gift they gave to you that made your heart swell. Stay open. Really touched your life. A memory, a moment that broke your heart wide open. Let someone give this gift to you. Allow your whole body to receive that joy of connection in life. Download the sensation so you can feel it through the body. You might become warmer, your fingers might tingle. Allow yourself to just experience you in this higher frequency. And now, bring to mind the last loving thing that you have done for someone. A gesture, kind word, social grace for them or for someone around you. Understanding the reciprocal nature of the heart. As you receive, you give. As you give, you receive. Keep your heart wide open to yourself to know that you are in great balance of that reception. To inhale and exhale. And if you have connected to someone or something, unveil the gratitude for your mind, your body, and your spirit to create this exceptional language of love that is within your grasp. And with all of this abundance of healing light and love, it's possible now to use and send this energy to someone here or someone there who needs to hear from you tonight. Inhaling and exhaling. Pull the energy up to the third eye and place the vision there for tomorrow. And as we slowly return back to what we would call normal, let's bring ourselves back into this space by wiggling our fingers and toes and just being appreciative of these quiet moments that we were able to still our lives. Slow it down and be truly present because you may have experienced something that you didn't before. Stillness, peace. Wonderful to be here with you in these moments and to create higher frequencies that are possible in the days and the lives in which we are all living. Sometimes simultaneously, sometimes on astral planes that we're not truly aware of, we can only hear from. None of that matters. The fact is that we have faith. And for this, I share with you the medium messages that I will hear for you. So, as you come out of that, wiggling your fingers and toes, we're attentive, we'll hear things better. It's a much better way of life. Thank you so much for meditating. It makes a difference in my life when you're meditating. And so, hearty, hearty welcome, welcome. So just a few messages, unless anybody has a question about something, or maybe we'll do question and answer maybe in the end. I feel like I can answer any question anybody has. The other crazy thing that's been happening in the medium messages is that I have been able to have you ask questions of them, and they have the answers. I tease that it's a new feature, but what does that really mean? Well, it's the evolution of consciousness, meaning when I started the reading, and I don't know that it's just my adaptation to it, I actually think that we're all evolving. Somebody said something to me the other day that was like fascinating, is that sometimes there's a lot of stress or pressure on mediums to get it right. Yeah, well, what about them? Let's put some responsibility on them, right? Perhaps they're evolving and they're trying to gain our earthly language or the love language. And I thought that's genius because we are all evolving. And I believe, truly believe, this is why all of this is happening, that we're having these different experiences of transitions and conversations and sign language that is not only universal, which it is, but it's common. And that's what I love. Because when I started teaching yoga, people thought that was a cult. And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't. And we all have something to learn from it. And this is exactly the same. So a few things before I start offering messages. I just want to go over just a few simple points of interest. The first thing is that, Elizabeth, are they allowed to record? Oh, you're recording it, so we don't have to worry about that, right? So if somebody gets a reading, they can listen back. Thank you. I just realized that. Okay. So the first thing is that what I've always noticed is that not what I've noticed, my style is that I validate everything that I say, which means that I will give you a name, a date, an initial, something that you know that I don't, because I wouldn't be doing this if I couldn't do that. So just understand that that is a little bit my style. So then it feels like pressure on you because you have to say yes, because you can't say no, because no is never the answer. Because what I really understood after recording all of these messages, that if I do have the correct person, that if it doesn't make sense in the moment, it could later. And I'm not massaging it. I never ask anybody to fit a square peg into a round hole. What's happening is that we pretty much understand more of the information later because we're too literal. So as obnoxious as it sounds, no is not the answer. Just say, I'm not sure now. Okay? The last thing is that I also want you to realize that I may be mentioning those that are living, those that are on the other side. They're talking about saying hello to people. They're also telling you who they're with. And some of them are assignments to you, and some of you will get homework. And I don't apologize for that. It builds faith. And I will also say that the messaging there might be a message for you that actually isn't for you, but it's somebody that you know, because I also want to know that we're all light bearers, which means that you might be hearing from someone on the other side that wants to get to you to get to somebody else. And I let all that happen. I stay wildly open. The other really important information here is that I am a happy medium. I do not have any bad news. I never did. I never will. It's a philosophy. I don't understand how it could be bad. So I just want us all to stay in that realm of not being afraid. And if you want to be skeptical, that's really okay with me. I get it. But also just say yes. Okay, so are we good to go? Does anybody have any questions about it or anything, or I can just get started?
I think everything's okay. Go ahead and get started. And if any questions come up, then I'll let you know. And this is going to be very exciting. And
Good, I love it. Thank you so much. So glad we're all here. Thank you. Thank you. So I have a Kyle or a K, and it's also November is significant. Not sure if that's a birthday or an anniversary. It's a Kyle or a K name. Does anybody understand that? K, Kyle. November, lots of 11s, 1s. Okay. Okay, so there's a few there, and so I can give a few qualifiers. Is that true?
Yes.
Thank you. I understand.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you. So there's a Sue or Susan, an S name that's relatable to that. Is that a Sarah? It might even be a grandmother that's a Susan, or a relative that's on the other side, or Sue is the person. So if it's your Sue and you have a son, perhaps Kyle or something like that, am I with anybody in that realm?
Yes, we have a Sue who has a Kyle.
We have a Sue who has a Kyle. Okay,
Yes.
can I talk to them directly now?
Yes. Irene.
I've asked her to unmute. She's
Oh, good.
unmuted right now. So Sue,
I
just wanna-
unmuted. Oh, hang on. I'm trying to do the.
can
Can you
I-
hear me? I'm trying to do the
Yes, I
video
think I can
thing.
hear you, but I don't think I can see you. Is that
Oh,
true?
I'm trying to turn on the video thing. Okay, there I am. Sorry.
Okay, thank you so much. Sue, just explain to me who November is.
I don't know about November. He passed
Yes,
away
you
in
do.
December.
Here we go. And I'm a little pushy, so don't worry about it, and don't
Okay.
be nervous. So birthdays, anniversaries, or passings, or is there any twins, or is anybody born on the 11th? Doesn't have to be November. What is 11th?
I do have a granddaughter born on the 11th, December
That's it.
11th.
That's perfect. That's exactly right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. So is that a son's daughter? Is that another son's daughter?
It's my daughter's daughter, so it's not his
Okay.
child. Yes, but it's his niece. So
I understand that. Okay, the only reason, was this granddaughter born after he passed at all?
No, he has two nieces that he knew.
Okay, but this granddaughter is not. Is that, or is this in addition to it?
No, all my grandchildren, or I just have two granddaughters. They both knew him.
Thank
They
you.
were born
I'm just
before
going to
him.
get quiet for a minute, okay? So remember, we
Okay.
don't want to say no, but I understand the qualifying. Thank you. Okay. Okay, fine. So there's a couple messages coming here. He liked being Uncle Kyle, I can tell you that. And he liked the idea that he was growing into a family to some degree, okay? But he says to you, Mom, it doesn't stop here. He says he wants you to understand and know that there's a knocking that goes on. Do you hear a knocking at all? Was there ever a knocking? Is there like a woodpecker knocking at all? Do you understand that?
I have a woodpecker in the yard.
Perfect. Just stay with me. Okay, thank you. What Kyle is saying, is there an Andrew too that's a part of this? Is there an A name that I need? Any of the nieces? Daughter? Is there an Andrew, an Alexander, Amy? Where's the A?
I can't think of an A.
It's a middle name? Is there an Ann?
No.
Yes. So we never want to say no. So just stay with me, okay?
Maybe.
I
Okay.
need the A. Is the A on the other side then?
Oh gosh, yes. His brother.
Is there an Alfred?
No, it's
An Al?
Austin. There's an
Austin.
Austin.
I need that. So your brother is with Kyle. Do you know that? Did you need to hear that?
Well, it's his brother. It's my other child. Another child.
Okay. So you have an Austin and you have a Kyle on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, but I need to hear more. Is this okay? Thank you. So what's happening is there's a lot happening with you, and you have to know that each person, I could go hours and hours, but I can't. So we want to extrapolate that which can be most effective for you. But I always hear them, Mom, like they're pretty wild and loud, kind of like yelling at you, but in a playful way, It almost feels like you were a good team mom, and take all metaphors because maybe you were that coach team mom of a team or something. I don't know what that's about. But you were like a great, you are a great mom. And that's what they want to emphasize with you. You're a grandma, right? And so they just say that you have great spirit in your life. And so what's happening is they're so proud of you for running. Not sure what that means, but I don't know if you were a runner, or are you a runner?
Never. Oh, okay. Never. No.
Okay. That's okay, but you think you're running. So I don't know what are you running? Are you running a business, or are you running yourself? What are you running?
I just started the Utah chapter of this, the Helping Parents Heal. That's about it.
Okay. Okay, great. I love it. Okay. What's really important too is because okay, thank you. So I want to get to them because they want to talk to you about shedding and sharing the love that they continually have. And they want you to know that the woodpecker is just an example of the birds that have been showing up around you, and one that you just can't understand. So I want you to know that Kyle is louder than Austin, and Austin is more peaceful and passive. So he is going to come to you right? So he's going to come to you in a quieter bird, like a bluebird, which is fine and good, but they say you better make sure that you have the bird feeders out and keep providing the food for them so that you can have more conversations, because you are literally feeding the birds, which is fine.
Yep, I am.
I want you to understand whose room has a medal hanging in front of like a mirror or something, or who had medals that were hanging down in front of a mirror. Is there a room that has a medal in it?
My daughter might have like necklaces. I don't think a medal.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, thank you. And is this the granddaughter that had the baby?
No, it's not.
In November?
My daughter had the granddaughter.
That was born on the 11th.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So they just want her to know that they are able to watch over And they're also saying that this is a crusade for you because you are as sporty and as hardy as you are, and you may not see yourself as athletic. They are saying that you are running with your circumstance, which means that you are going to be helping so many people simply because of the processes that you have taken on. And they say to you that your heart is still so open. So this is why they want to communicate with you, not just through the animals, but clearing the fields of awareness, because you've actually elevated your consciousness to a place where you can have constant conversation. So I just want to end this mini reading with you by asking you if you have a question for them.
Oh gosh, where to even start? I guess I don't know.
Okay, but here's what. Oh, it's okay, sweetheart, because I just want
Yeah, I
to say
don't
this
know.
to you because they're kind of cutting you off because they just want to say to
Yeah.
you, Mom, forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. They say that there is nothing for you to blame yourself on. You're rewriting history, and it is history. So let's move on together in a loving relationship that is current, because they're living inside your heart and you walk with them, and you'll continue to walk with them. And they say, thank you for carrying us with you all the time. Be wearing something or having something, I don't know if it's actually a tattoo or something that is of them, because they say that you're so connected. So thank you so much. They're
Thank
also
you.
talking about thank you for gathering on July 4th, which is common, but it's not generic message. So there's something about July 4th.
Weirdly not with him. It was somebody else.
No, it
but-
doesn't matter. Just whatever you did on July 4th.
not bad.
Sounds okay. So thank you so
Okay.
much. I'm going to move on.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Hey,
much.
thank
I'm glad that
you.
you were here.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot. Thank
I
you.
have the name Lorraine or Lisa, and that may be your name, but I'm also going to strap April to it. And the number 4, 4 in the family, Lorraine or Lisa, and a connection like that. And then now the name Lisa is, there might be a middle name like Lisa Michelle, Michelle Lisa, Lisa Marie, and it might not even be about your child. It needs to be about maybe somebody that's on the other side with them as well. So can anybody explain that?
We have a Lisa Marie who just said first she said she was Lisa, then Lisa Marie. Let's see. Sherry's saying that she has a grandmother, Lorraine. We have
Oh, that's perfect. That's it. That's bingo. That's a direct hit.
the grandmother,
you.
Lorraine. So Sherry, Irene, can you unmute her by chance?
Sherry Burris? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Is Lisa waving?
let's see. Is Lisa waving? Oh yeah. It
Okay. So
looks-
Lisa, you just need to unmute yourself, right? Can't they do that on their own?
No, she can't unmute, but so you want Lisa because it's Sherry who has the grandmother who's Lorraine. Lisa,
Oh,
Lisa Marie.
I'm Lisa.
I need Lisa Marie.
Okay, she's right here. She's so I'm gonna lower your hand, and I'm also going to spotlight you so that it's easier to see. There we go.
Hi.
Okay. Hi.
I'm not Lisa
so you're-
Marie though.
Oh, you're not Lisa Marie. I'm sorry.
No, my mom's name is Marie. My name is Lisa.
Oh, okay, maybe.
But I need Lisa. I need the Lorraine grandmother.
Okay, Lorraine,
Okay.
grandmother. I'm sorry, that's Sherry Burris. Thank you, Lisa. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, Sherry is unmuted, so she should be able to speak.
Okay, good.
Hello,
Okay,
Hi
Sherry,
there.
Can you hear
I was
me?
just, can you wave so I can understand where you are? Can she be
Hello?
highlighted?
Can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you. I'm looking for you because I want to spotlight you. Let's see. This is weird because I don't see
There's
you.
no video.
Okay.
Sherry, can you turn your video on?
Yeah, my camera's not showing the picture. Yeah, I've had it on.
Okay,
Lisa, you're on an iPhone. Is that what it is?
no, Sherry is the one that that we're working on, but she needs to unmute.
I've asked her to unmute. She's not unmuting.
Okay,
Hmm.
maybe it's because she's having trouble with her video. I don't know. So, let's see.
Okay, am I moving on?
Possibly moving on. Now, again, Lisa said that she had a mom named Marie, I believe. So that's not Lisa Marie as a name. But maybe if you could bring through a few more validations, we could identify a little bit better if that's okay with you.
Oh, okay, but is Sherry available or she's not?
No,
Um,
we're asking her to unmute. She can't unmute and she can't turn her video on.
she's-
Okay, so I'll, thank you, hold on, please. Okay, so there's also like, thank you. Okay, so with the grandmother Lorraine, is there also like on the other side of the family, like an Agnes or an Anne? So even though we have Lisa Marie, we have Lorraine, we have an Anne or an Agnes, or an Abby, a name like that, that seems to be from the paternal side of the family. Is there anything that anybody understands about that? So they're talking about the tribal family on the other side. So they're surrounding their lost loved one that they want to speak to whomever can relate to this information, I guess. We'll do it that way.
Okay.
Okay.
So Shelley Smart is saying my middle name is Lorraine and my daughter's middle name is Elise. There are 4 of us in the family. My daughter's first name is Abby. Let's see. Anna is saying,
Okay, where is she?
okay, she is Shelley Smart. Oh, Sherry's coming back in. She might have just had a hard time with connection, but maybe Shelley Smart, did you want to go ahead and try to unmute her,
I
Irene?
asked her to unmute.
Okay.
I'm
She
here.
should be, okay.
Oh, here she is.
Hi.
Hi. Okay,
Is this Lisa? Lisa?
No,
this is,
my name is Shelley and my middle name is Lorraine, and I have a daughter here with me that is Abby Elise.
Okay. And okay.
And we currently have 4 in the family. And that's a sticking point because there's always been 5.
I understand. Thank you. Please be with me for just a moment. Thank you. So, Shelley, would you understand that, did you lose a son?
Yes,
And would you understand heart issue, or he's with somebody with a heart issue? So that's somebody that's related to you. So I might be going to your grandfather, or
correct.
where,
Uh,
okay,
My
all I
grandfather
need to
passed
know-
away with a heart issue.
that's what I need.
My father
wanna
also
ask-
passed away related to that.
I understand that. And the relationship with your grandfather was better than with your father. Is that true?
No,
Okay, so I'm hearing that there is space between them. Do you understand what that would mean or not? Okay, it's okay. We don't have to get into the psychological, but I want to understand this. So there is protection somehow with your son and your grandfather and your father. They're taking different allegiances with your son.
okay.
I don't know why, but I think that you will. So I'm just going to kind of leave it there.
I do.
Okay, good. Thank you. I also understand. Your father is pleading with you to give him some second chances to be a caretaker with your son.
Okay.
And he says that it's absolutely a different kind. Is there a Jack on the other side, a James? Is there a J name that's important there?
Not on the
That
other
last
side
name?
here, but not on the other side that I can think
Okay,
of.
that's what's here. Is that a father?
John, my husband.
That's exactly right. So his father, is that true?
Correct.
Okay, fine, thank you. So all that they're doing quickly is they're talking about the differences of generation and how between John, your father, your grandfather, and then your son, how there is a difference in the karmic nature of their lives, which sounds very haughty-taughty in the spirit world, But basically what they're saying is your father is asking for forgiveness in some way. And so that you know and understand, because perhaps you've even asked your son these questions about who he may be with. He's with all the men. He's having a time, he's playing cards with them for some reason, and that might resonate with you. And that it's something that he feels comfortable doing, but it's not something that he's really known. Or perhaps he did that with your father when he was younger. I don't know why. But he says that there's a decent amount of what they would call gambling there, even though it's not any kind of gambling that he ever knew. But he's only laughing about that because he's trying to tell you that his life is moving on. And it has less to do with cards as it does maturity in the spiritual world.
Wow.
He says how much he loves you and pleads with you to keep the connections going. And he says, Mom, make sure that you turn the music on and off. He's saying that because sometimes you need music for distraction. And then he says, when you get to those places of connection, turn the music off so you can hear him better. What's fascinating about his soul spirit, and it's so beautiful, is that he's talking about how he whispers. So you may be hearing whispers. They come differently, but he says the whispers are real, Mom. He's very grateful that somebody planted a tree for him and says that this is really, really important that you know that he knows, because there's been so much memorabilia and memories, and we want to know if I know. And he says, I see it all. And he says, there's some meatballs, some bad meatballs that are around. Is there something that you're making? Do you understand that?
He always
You
had
don't?
something in the refrigerator, in the freezer, though, that was, there could be some of his meatballs left over.
Okay. Well, the thing is to check that out for the validity, right? It has less to do with the meatballs than the accuracy of his connection to you and knowing what you can eat or what's in your refrigerator, what's on your table.
Yeah.
He says that it needs to be, and he knows this. He says we all need to eat more fruit.
Yeah.
Okay? So he says he would like a dedication of a fruit bowl on your kitchen table.
Oh my.
Now, as goofy as that sounds, you might already have one. You may have purchased one yesterday. You may have been thinking about getting one. He says, just do it, Mom. He says, you already have the perfect bowl. Now you have to get the perfect fruit.
Okay.
He says that in honorary, that you think of him, he thinks of you, and then something spontaneous happens. This is our direct connection. He says he loves you, loves you, loves you, and please give a hug to Dad and everybody else in our family. There's also a dog that has black hair. Is there a dog with black hair that was in the family at all? Whose dog is that?
I don't know. We have dogs, but not black hair dogs.
Okay, but is it something from your childhood at all?
Oh yeah, I had a puppy. I had a black haired Boston Terrier when I was years ago.
There you go. So what's very interesting about that is they can drop these love bombs and they can say like,
Oh.
I can even be with your dog, right? From childhood, because they all are surrounded by their loved ones, your loved ones, and especially when they come to you. So you're surrounded by a lot of love, Shelley. Thank you so much for taking the message. Let's continue on. Thank you. My pleasure. My pleasure. Okay. We're moving on. Thank you. Okay, Paige, we're good? Thank you. Thank you. So I have August 23rd as a date. And with August 23rd as a date, I also have a Paul, a Peter, a P name, a Patricia. Does anybody understand that? There's also a Michael in the mix.
Okay, we have Anna taking August 23rd is her daughter's birthday. So can you take Paul?
Is her daughter living? Is her daughter here?
Is your daughter here, Anna? Let's see. And Paul passed away, she said, and yes, her daughter is here and she has a
Her
Paul.
daughter is living, and Paul is who passed away?
Yes, but her daughter's birthday is August 23rd.
That's fine. And who is Paul to, who, Anna? Anna is calling in, or,
Anna. So is Paul, okay, no, Leanne passed away, but
all I need is the name of the person who, daughter is Anna on 8/23. I just need the name of that person.
okay, so Paul passed away as well, Anna. So who's Paul then? Because Leanne also passed away. I understand that. And can you let us know who that is? Okay. Emily is my daughter who is alive.
Right. So I want to understand who chimed in about 8/23 being Anna's birthday, and that I just need their
Not
name.
Anna's birthday. Anna is the mom. Emily is her daughter who's alive, and her birthday is August 23rd. Leanne
That's
passed
what I
away
need.
and Paul passed away. So she has two loved ones on.
Thank you. Thank you.
that
Can I
good?
talk to her? Is she there?
Of course, yes.
Yes, Elizabeth, there are two profiles that say Anna, so I don't know. There's one that has a picture, and then there's just one that's an A, and they're both ANNA.
Well, that's hard. So why don't you just bring both of them up and ask,
Okay,
let's see.
I've asked them to unmute.
Okay, great. And then we'll find the right one.
Hi, Anna.
Hi. My daughter, who's alive, Emily, was born in August. Leanne, my daughter, just passed away. And Paul was a family friend who also passed away a while back.
Okay, I understand, and I'm sorry for your loss, Emily. Are you Anna? You're Anna? You're Anna.
I'm Anna.
Anna, just tell me what the hi, pleasure to be with you. Anna, just tell me what the 23rd.
My birthday is November 23rd.
Okay, thank you. That's fine. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm hearing that Leanne is admitting of a body breakdown. Do you understand what that means? A breakdown? Were there previous breakdowns? Emotional breakdowns?
Yes.
Okay. And was she, did she have any addictive issues? Was she connected to, okay, thank you for saying no. Okay, thank you. I understand. Well, she's beautiful. And she's saying, she is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's saying to you, Mom, I look like you. And she says that you have pushed me to be your angel. And she says that this is why we connect now, because you believed in angels before, and now you're leaning on them, but you're leaning on me. And she says that she did not see this coming, nor did you. And she says, I'm sorry. And it does feel as though it's life out of order, and says to you, I'm sorry. However, I want to be your angel. She says that you picked up an angel, not just through her, but you actually picked up any symbol of an angel. What is the angels all around you? Did you just buy an angel? Did somebody give you an angel?
She asked for a mommy's angel tree. So my sister-in-law just bought me a tree, and I was looking for angel decorations to hang on the tree.
That's
yesterday, July 5th.
What's so beautiful about that, again, is that that's the evidence that it's not necessarily detailed all the time about the passing or that. It's just evidence that they are a part of your life on a regular basis. And she says she truly appreciates the memory that will last forever. She says that it's really okay. Did you still keep a dress of hers, a long dress of hers? It seems like there was a long dress that she had, or a gown or something like that. What is that?
Well, I have her blankets, and her sister has her clothes that we still haven't gone through, but she did like to be wrapped around and, like in a cozy long thing. She liked to be like I don't know how to describe it, just relaxed in clothing like that.
I understand. I understand. So, and thank you. She says that she's floating in and out of relatives. Is there a G name that's in the family name with you? Is there a Jean or a G or J name that's important?
Her father's name's James, Jimmy,
James.
and then her. Mhm.
Thank you. He's here, correct?
He's here alive, yes.
Thank you. She asked that you send love to him too. She says there has been conversation and she's okay that there has been conversation because she likes being talked about. She says that she did like attention and now she's getting more attention. And she says to you that the lack of it didn't have anything to do with your ability or inability. She says it's really hard to understand that we actually have our own journeys. She says to you that she sent you a rainbow already. Did you catch it?
I have seen well, part of a rainbow, but yeah, my granddaughter draws rainbows all the time for her daughter. So I have a rainbow drawn and that she drew. Yes.
Right. So let that be a metaphor for her daughter. Are you taking care of her daughter now?
I'm with her daughter. She lives with her dad, but I'm very, right nearby.
Thank you. She's very grateful for you looking after her and says this may be lifelong, but Mom, it's love coming back to you. She says you also need to know, and she's yelling at you a little bit for you to take care of yourself. Okay? She actually tells you to get a good pair of sneakers and start walking. She says play music, it will go faster.
I do play music and I do walk now. So
Good.
and I everything you're saying is just yes, that's what I do, and I turn it off so I can hear her, and then I play it back on to get me going.
Good. There's supposed to be a little bit of a trip in August. Are you going to see a relative, somebody coming to see you? What's happening in August? The early part of August. Are you traveling a little bit?
We're going to the beach at the end of July for the first time, me and my husband.
That's wonderful. Okay. She says you're going to go back in August, and you may not realize that, but you are. And it's because it's something that's going to happen the week that you're there that you're going to go back to it. And she is also talking about painting. You have to paint a room in the house. Do you know about that?
Well, I do paint, but her sister's doing a room for her son, so they're fixing up the room for him.
Thank you. Which is sweet and wonderful. Do you have a question for her?
No, I know. I think I know all my answers. Thank you.
So that's a huge point about you and why you're glowing is because that is truth within you. And it's so incredibly wonderful that she sees that. And so does everybody else around you. Bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
I think we have time for one more. Are we allowed?
Yes, and can I just say two things very quickly? Sue says, and Sue's the first one, thank you so much. I just thought of something. When you mentioned a medal in front of a mirror, my daughter has his rosary hanging from her car mirror. And then secondly, Shelley says, I asked my son to come to me tonight through the reading and to validate it by mentioning an olive. An olive is a fruit, and I have a tattoo of an olive on my forearm. Our thing was to whisper olive juice to each other across the room, which looks like you're saying, I love you. Wow, so accurate. Thank you so much to you and Evan for coming to me tonight. So yeah, we'll do one more. Is that okay with everyone? You guys want to stay
So
on?
what happens is, what I love between all of us is that, and I can patent this, that when Elizabeth just mentioned back more truth, right? More accuracy or connection, my hair stands up automatically all the time. And the reason why that happens, I never really understood. Why does our hair stand up when there are truth bumps or situations? Is that if I didn't move at all and you didn't move at all, the connection between us would just, our hair would, because it's the closest thing to each one of us. So as your hair stands up, mine hair stands up, and we're connected more. They're like little antennas. So thank you so much. I will do one more reading. What a pleasure to be here. My goodness. Thank you. I understand. So, is there a Tyler here? And the name with Tyler is that there's also a Lee. I think that the Lee name is different from Tyler, and there's an August date that's important. It might be 8/2 or 1982. Can anybody relate to that? So we have Tyler, we have August 2nd, and we have, it might be a T name, it might not be Tyler, it might be Thomas or something, but it's definitely a T name. And then we're also talking about 1982 or August 2nd. Does that make sense?
Wendy's saying Tyler is my son and he passed August 14th. I had heard, let's see. Carrie is saying, I have a Tyler Lee in my story. I'm not sure. Oh, and wow, you just said Tyler Lee. So there's two Tylers. One is a Tyler who passed on August 14th. One who has a Tyler Lee. So Carrie has.
Okay, so the difference factor here is 2. So was there 2 sons or 2 brothers? That's what I need.
Okay, let's see. 2 sons or 2 brothers. Can we ask Wendy and Carrie to answer that, please? Does 2? I've lost you guys. Please.
Okay.
No, not lost. Okay, Wendy's saying she has 3 sons, 2 still here, so not sure. Carrie is
And so it's Wendy, and Wendy has 2 sons that are here and a Tyler that's passed.
yes.
Yes.
And then Carrie has 2 daughters.
Okay, can you connect me to Christy B?
Christy B. Okay.
Isn't that the person who just said that?
No,
Wendy said it.
Wendy said she has 3 sons, 2 still here, but Tyler's on the other. Is that the one you were saying, or the one with the 2 daughters?
No, the sons.
Okay, so can you unmute Wendy, Irene?
Yes, I've asked Wendy to unmute.
Great, thank you. And Wendy, if you say something, I'll be able to find you because once you've unmuted, because that way you pop up to the top.
Can you hear me?
Yes, there you
Hi,
are.
Wendy.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, nervous.
Have you been read before?
Yes.
Okay.
Not in these Zoom meetings.
So Wendy, we're speaking about your son, and you have other sons. Tyler passed on August 14th. Is that true?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm also getting 6s, Wendy. What is June to you? Is that birthday anniversaries or passings? June? 6s. Anybody born or passed on the 6th? 16, 26?
Oh my gosh, I can't even think right now. June 6th is my sister's birthday.
That's important. That's perfect. So that's 6 is your sister's birthday. Has your sister been close to you and helping you through this at all?
We're in the same boat, but we don't do it together, if that makes any sense.
Did she lose a son too?
A daughter. And well, she lost a son just he wasn't never born, so I don't know how to say that.
Okay, in utero. Okay.
Yeah.
Or a miscarriage.
Like,
but the daughter that's on the other side.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. Is anybody 13, 23? What are the ages of the daughter? Was there any 3? What's that?
She would have been 13. Her daughter, my sister's daughter, would have been 13.
I understand that. We're
Okay.
perfect. We're good. You don't have to have doubt at all, right? We're there. Okay.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Take a breath, please. Thank you. So I also want to understand, Wendy, I need, so there's an extended family here, and they want you to know that the cousins can be together, right? Your niece is with your son is with your sister's daughter, right? And
Correct.
so they're both coming at you. And even though you could be handling this very differently, they just wanted you both to know that they found each other.
Wow. Well, I guess I need to tell my sister.
Here's what's happening is that even though there's time differences involved here and different processes and ways of living without these children, there's also ways of living with these children because the love never dies and it's eternal. And so we all have the right to live our lives in ways in which we involve them. And it can be very private. And what they're trying to say to you is that they're evolving too. And some of it takes, this is kind of interesting because I believe it's your son that's trying to describe it, whether he was into graphics or artistry or had really a talent for computers or something like that. He had a mind like that and he's showing it to me now. So you can understand, and I'm going to use this word, the galactic nature, which I don't know if he was a Trekkie or interested in anything like that. But what I'm getting from him is he's trying to say to you that there is a spiritual world, and he's not using the word spiritual, he's showing it to me that way, because his is more, like I said, galactic with stars and galaxies and things like that. And so if you find him, not if you find him, when you find him, you're going to find him through the stars and shooting stars and things like that. So it also might be a sign from him about stars or lightning or something like that. Yes? Okay. But furthermore, what he's trying to say to you is that the more and the quicker that we can move through these processes of love loss, we begin to find more and greater love in the spiritual realm. So that sustains us in order to be here as a great mom for our other children. He's trying to tell you how significant and important that is. And there's a part of this that is entirely difficult to let go because you think if you let go, you'll lose him. And he says to you very easily, Mom, you'll never lose me. Is anybody in the hair business or the cosmetic business or anything like that? Who is that? Or did he have great haircuts or great hair?
It was just beautiful. His hair was always perfect.
Thank
I
you.
don't know.
Well, he's showing up to you with perfect hair. And he says to you that he knew how to groom himself. He says to you that you have the right to bring up as many memories as you can. But he says you don't have the right to fault yourself for my journey. We all live life to our utmost, and we're not in perfect control. He says to you, I'm sorry that we're apart, but we're actually more together than you can ever realize. He says, what you need to do, Mom, is open up the window at night. He says you also can get and change your windows. Don't know what he means by that. You do. Maybe there's a broken window. Maybe there's one that doesn't open that well, whatever that's about. He also is saying to you that share my blue blanket. You can share my blue blanket. So there's a blanket that has a little bit more blue in it. Don't know where it is, but there's something about that, or in the blue room where there's a blanket and he says you can sleep with it. Or maybe it's a blue t-shirt. I don't know. Feels like blue fabric that's important.
I think
He also
says
says to you,
pillowcase.
What's that?
I think it was a blue pillowcase.
Well, you know, so take it. He's also
Thank you.
saying to you that you're going to have a minor but major financial gain. And what that means is he said he wants to help out in a great way and says that he's going to make sure that happens. So you need to go to Tyler. And then when the whirlwind happens, like in a good way, it might even be a lottery ticket. It's not super, super big, but it just lets you know that things are moving in your direction. Because if it's something that you think about, then he says to you, let me guide you and let me help you. Also, let me just ask you this one thing. Wendy, is 6, did I ask? Oh, I did ask you that. Thank you. Hold on, please. Do you have the, yes. Do you have the number 10 or 01 in your address? Is the number 10 in your address? It's like 102, 106, 108. Is there anything to those numbers?
Somewhere.
Right. So go back to a home address. Is there a home address that has the numbers 0 and 1 or 10, even as a child?
That was our address in the house that I lost, 3210.
Thank you.
Is
The
that
reason
right?
why that's coming up right now is also like a designation for you to know that this money that's coming to you has to do with housing, real estate, or something that's coming back to you, even if it's a refund from the electric company. I don't know, but I want you to understand that he's on top of it. So I wish you a lot of luck. And I also say with these
Thank
random
you.
messages, let me know because I really do care.
Thank you
what
so
this is.
much.
Thank you so much for receiving this message. Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace be with you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So, what a pleasure to be with you all. I'm not going to go so over, but I guess I did. So, of course, I would love to just invite you into my world all the time. And thank you for inviting me into your world a little bit of time. And if you go to my website, Elizabeth will share that with you. It's just my name, Alaine Portner, but it's ALAINE.PORTNER.com. I'm on social media. I'm actually designating an event for those who perhaps didn't get readings tonight. It's on August 2nd. Elizabeth can provide that information for you or to you, and it's on my website anyway. There's a lot of work that I do that is through my book or my retreat, and I don't want to be a billboard at all. I'm truly involved in all of this so that I can serve the community. There's lots of ways to serve each other. Some of it is through medium messaging, but more of it is by getting the quiet mind so we can empower ourselves to hear, sense, know, and feel things at a level that we've never done before, because it's really possible in the world in which we're living in. I'm so grateful that you allowed me to be a part of your world. Thank you so much, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Alaine. This was wonderful. And I know that everyone was so excited to listen to the messages, to see that there was piggybacking. And I know that a lot of the things that came out a little later. They obviously, once you're able to sit quietly and think about them, you realize what they are, which is always exciting to see as well. But we always ask everyone to say thank you and goodbye before we close. Also, I just want to say that I will be putting Elaine's website and this event on the information that I'll put underneath her very short bio on the YouTube channel. So anyone who's interested in joining, please make sure that you take a look. And thanks so much. And again, please go ahead and unmute yourselves and say thank you and goodbye.
Thank you.
Elaine.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night,
you,
everybody.
everyone.
Thank you so,
everybody.
much.
Thank you, Elaine.
Bless you all.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elaine.
Thank you,
Thank
Elaine.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We're so
Thank
glad
you.
that you were here. And we'll definitely see you tomorrow as well for Drew Cali.